Good morning, Modern Mustard Seeds. It's me, Ebony. I don't even know what time it is. The sun is hardly even up. It's just starting sunrise right now. So my daughter just left for work, so it's probably about 7:30 or so in the morning. It's the end of July, and I wanted to show you what I've been up to. I went out on a trip last week. We went camping, which was really cool. We had a really good time camping, right? My first time as an adult, so I would highly encourage you to go out there and camp with a blow-up mattress. Keep it real. And I came back to a boatload of Harlequin bugs, right? Harlequin bugs, they're in the stink bug family. I think I sent another video earlier that showed a bunch of them. So I'm going to show you what it looks like today. This is 2 days later. And I made up some insecticidal horticultural soap yesterday. So I used a mild dish detergent, some neem oil, and some water. Put them in a spray bottle, shook it up. That is a designated bug killing bottle. And it's still relatively organic enough to use on my vegetables. I don't really use any harsh chemicals. Although I was really mad with these bugs. You told me I was killing them left and right. I know I killed like 15 of them by squishing, not with my fingers, but with like other things like paper towels, because I'm a dork like that. But I killed like 15 of them, and there were so many more left. So let me show you what we've got right now. So like I was saying, I had to go in and spray for Harlequin bugs. If you haven't seen what they look like previously, there's one sitting there right now. Look at them. They're in the stink bug family. And as you see the devastation of these plants, it is because of Harlequin bugs. They are feeding on my plants. They're sucking the sap out, and the plants are just not doing well. And I was debating if I was going to pull quite a bit of this and eliminate the bugs that way, essentially, and then put something else in or give it a chance. And even with heavy spraying yesterday, I don't know if you can see these bugs on here. There's still quite a few of them hiding in different places. But look at the quality of my kale, like, really. So that being said, the plants are still producing new leaves. Like, those are new leaves in the middle of that curly kale. They aren't so weak as that they can't produce the new leaves, but they simply are very stressed. I don't see as many today, which is a good thing, I think. I will spray again tomorrow, so kind of every 2 days. Got some tomatoes to get from down there. I did cut back this borage. FYI, borage does not seem to like to be cut back at all. It started to rot from the inside out. Something else, and I have water running in the background. That's because these are nice deep beds. They're 24 inches. That's the debris that gets mowed up. They're about 24 inches deep. And what I do is I can just let water run for deep root watering. And on this one in particular, there's a weep hole, so if it doesn't get overwatered, right? It just comes out. These plants are so sad. They're just so sad. So that's the water running in the background anyway. That's I'm watering my plants, and then I'll come back with a sprayer and kind of get the top part of the soil that didn't get thoroughly watered. Yesterday I did something else. I came over to these wonderful big giant leaved things, which should be cucumbers, and I say should be because I am not the best at labeling what it is. And this is a very vigorous 2 vines right here. There's a 3rd vine underneath that's a different varietal, smaller leaves. But what I did is I came through yesterday and I had to hand pollinate, because they were, the vines are taking off. The vines are doing really well, but they're not producing anything. And I'm just helping this vine to grow up and not grow over. You'll see several. I'm not sure what happened here with a few dead leaves. I don't see any bugs here, but I'm not sure what happened with these few dead leaves. So I take these type of things and I usually put them through the netting or the trellis on the other side so that they can grow up and not strangle other plants, because they will strangle the heck out of your other plants. So I went through yesterday looking for for all those pretty little flowers. And it looks like maybe we're going to get some fruit now. Hopefully. I went through with a small paintbrush. And when I say a small paintbrush, I mean the kind that your kids get when you buy them those little watercolor paint sets. It was just something simple like that. Mine was a little bit softer, but you could use a Q-tip. It's perfectly fine. Pruning my basil while I'm out here. And I went through and I swirled each flower for one plant. And my goal was to make sure I got male pollen into the female receptacle flower. Okay? Now, when I say these bugs are killing me, you see what I see? So I'm manually going to go through. I am going to be spraying things again. I did not spray this particular plant yesterday. When I do see them, though, I do try to hit them off. Just knock them away. But I'm going to have to spray really heavily again tomorrow morning, early in the cool. Something else I did want to show you before I get too far away. So I did pull in my first cucumber with this little slow-growing cucumber plant that's back here. And you can see there are a few other cucumbers coming in right now on this same vine. So last year, this particular vine was very, very prolific. Like, once it really started taking off, there were cucumbers like every day. My biggest harvest from this particular seed last year was 21 cucumbers in a week. That was a lot because I don't eat quite that many cucumbers, and getting my kids to eat them all was different. But I like aqua fresca. Google it. There's different variations. You can make aqua fresca with your cucumbers and strawberries, or cucumbers and watermelon. Anything that you want to use, feel free to use it. Now, this thing looks terrible. I am going to check this dill for any... Can you see that? I'm picking off the flowers for the dill. That's it. I'm going to check it to see if there's any life on here. I'm looking for any butterflies, but yeah, that's not looking so good right now. Not looking so good at all. This is lemon verbena, if you're wondering, that big long thing right there. So I'm not going to hold you, modern mustard seeds. I'm going to let you go. I know you've got lots to do. I'm working on making these videos a little more public, so that's why they're on YouTube right now. Let me know what you think. I'm trying. We'll see how this goes. I'm gonna go, but before I do, I want to show you my happy place. So I have this guy. You can see him, right? And there had been a second one, and I couldn't find that second one until just now. And this is a bigger one, so I have some tiny, tiny ones on here too. But look, hello down there. How are you? These are monarch caterpillars, monarchs. There are some other tiny, tiny ones on here that are very hard to find, but they should be getting big too. Oh, there's one. That's a little tiny monarch caterpillar, and it will grow into this beautiful thing, and then they will grow into, God willing, they will turn into butterflies. And, you know, I'm having faith as well as faith. I said there was one other thing I did want to show you. I did not stake my peppers, and when I came out, this pepper plant, I don't know if you can see it quite well, was laying down. So I just kind of propped it up. You do want to stake your pepper plants if you have them. Stake your tomatoes. They get heavy. Make sure you're pulling your weeds. You see that crabgrass down there? That needs to get pulled today. I am not the best at cleaning up behind myself, hence all the debris. I just want to come out here, grow stuff, and keep it moving, right? I want to come out and cut my food and keep it moving. But right now I have to get things back in some kind of order because it's really a mess. My nasturtium on this side has died out. The nasturtium on the other side has died out. My Cherokee purple is producing. My cherry tomatoes are producing. I'm actually going to prune this back today. Also, this big giant bush down here is African blue basil, which I cut in half before I went on vacation, and yeah, it remade all of that and some. But there are lots of tomatoes down here, but this needs to be thinned out a little bit. So you just come through and you can cut off some of the branches, like this branch here. Cut off some of the branches. Make sure you are looking for suckers. Suckers they appear in between. So this is a sucker. Let me get a little bit closer so you can see that. That is a sucker. It's on your tomato plant. It takes up energy from your tomato plant. So you just reach in, pop that little sucker off. Literally pop the sucker off and keep moving. And that's one way of helping your tomato plant. Make sure that they're watered thoroughly, regularly. I have mine planted in the ground because I do better that way. My mom has hers planted in pots and she's still getting produce. So whatever's working for you. But do make sure you prune them back. There should be a main stem. This is my main stem over here. So if you can see it, I could actually prune this whole stem off over here, but it's going to be producing some tomatoes soon. And tomatoes self-pollinate. So if you want to help them along, just tap them a little bit, right? You want to help your tomatoes along, you can just tap the flowers a little bit. They don't need to be pollinated by another species. However, thanks, that's my neighbor over there saying good morning. You just come in and you tap them, because they don't have to be pollinated by pollinators necessarily. Pollinators and wind actually just shake the flowers. There's a male portion and a female portion in each one of these flowers, and you can just tap them. That's all that's really happening when the bug goes in there, is that they're vibrating these flowers. But make sure that you are also, like I said, pruning them back. So take off some of these unnecessary branches. You'll see that I've cut a few. They need air, they need circulation, they need a lot of full sun. They are heavy feeders. They do need a lot of fertilizer. Make sure you're fertilizing often. That's my next thing on my list today. After I water, I'm going to also fertilize. Today I'm using my Seaweed Magic. And then by the end of the week, I'll do some more granular things in here, fertilizers. And hopefully get my crop back to looking like something. These daggone Harlequin bugs. That just breaks my heart looking at that. That breaks my heart. All right, Modern Muscle Seeds, have a great day. I may actually spray again this morning just because I'm seeing all these bugs right now. And I'll be in touch. Make sure you post your pictures, post your videos, talk to us. Tell us what's going on in your gardens. We love to see it. If you are failing at the garden, don't worry. Failure is a form of growth, okay? Failure is a form of growth. We learn from what we failed from, and then we can do it again. You don't give up. You just try again. It's like when you learn how to ride a bike and learn how to tie your shoes. We have to have faith in what we are doing, faith in what is provided to us, right? So what? There's a setback. I got setbacks, right? It's okay. Life has setbacks, and there's so many of these lessons to be learned through gardening. There's patience, there's diligence, there's, getting in there, having the gusto, whatever you call it, to get in there and actually try it again. So don't give up just because your plants are not looking so good. It happens to everyone, okay? No sweat. We can all fix what's going on. We can work on what's going on. And if they die, we can just plant some more, can't we? All right, take care. Have a wonderful day.